Hello Virgo, welcome to your 2020 predictions video. Virgo, I hope I find you well at the beginning of this video here, or just in this video in general. So Virgo, I am keeping it fairly simple here with the prediction readings. I am just using one divination system, the Rider-Waite Tarot here, the original deck that I began with. And I'm just going to do a Celtic cross spread. So, you know, very powerful spread. It does get very detailed, but less scatterbrained than what I was originally planning on doing. So, and don't forget, Virgo, you can check your rising and moon sign for a little bit more details for your 2020 overview predictions. Feel free to take a couple of deep breaths with me. Allow the deep breaths to just relax your body and clear out your mind. Virgo. Okay, I feel like that's where they stop. So here we go. Try to center this a little better for you guys. Okay. So Virgo, starting with your center card, central energy. And by the way, I am focusing on the psychic and spiritual energy, less on astrological for these. Ooh, I love this. So your central theme and purpose showing up. The Empress. The Empress, Virgo. Just an overwhelm in feelings of abundance and love, tenderness. Much tenderness showing up here. Cultivation, I'm hearing with this Virgo. And it being 2020 being a big year of harvest for you, reaping rewards, reaping the benefits of your efforts and of the work and service that you have put forth. 2020 is a big, beautiful year for reaping the benefits and seeing more financial abundance, more just material abundance. This is a beautiful sign for good health. It's a beautiful sign in regards to new love. And new love by new children, you know, coming into the picture. Some of you might be getting pregnant, but also new romantic love as well. So let's see what else is showing up here. So in the position of the challenge for you, Virgo, in 2020, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So interesting, earth energy. So I feel like it's more supportive than challenging or negative. So that's nice. But with this, I feel like the challenge with this is coming up as a challenge of waiting, for sure. A challenge of waiting and a challenge of persistence. Like, I feel like maybe some of you Virgos will want to, you know, do your mutable earth thing and change things up a little bit, you know, move things around, or, you know, stir the dirt up, if you will, repot some things. You like all my plant references. But I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles here, it's saying, let's take on more of like the fixed earth qualities. So like Taurus qualities. If you know any Tauruses, Virgo, then you might look up to them and what they have to offer in 2020. Might be very helpful for you, I feel like. Because they're going to possess more of those qualities. More fixed, stable, and persistent. So there's some of those qualities may be a little bit of a challenge in 2020. But let me tell you that those don't get in the way of the abundance that is showing up already for you, and of the benefits here. And I feel like when it comes to health, because there is something with health showing up here, that any kind of health-related issues or dieting changes or changes you just want to see within your physical body, Virgo, are going to take a little bit more time this year. So there's that. Let's see, at the root of your reading, okay, at the root here we have the Queen of Cups. So I feel like this is kind of informing some of this storyline going on for you. I feel like a lot of you Virgos are going to be very much getting in touch with your emotional state. Perhaps if you've been suppressing emotions, if you've just been paying more attention to the practical needs of your life and of the others around you, your family, and taking care of everyone else, Virgo, now it's going to be in 2020 a little bit more about mothering your own inner world and your inner dialogue, I'm hearing and feeling with this. Something about changing your inner dialogue. Have you been saying a lot of negative things about yourself? Thinking a lot of negative things about yourself? You know, whether that be what you're doing in the world right now or your physical appearance. Well, here in 2020 with the Queen of Cups, it's like really embracing that through love, through just emotional support, being more emotionally supportive of yourself and allowing others to help you in that direction, Virgo. So, you know, I do see the Queen of Cups for some of you acting almost as a therapist or counselor showing up and really looking at some wounds of the past or some memories and experience of the past that have informed your current dialogue of yourself, and that are going to help you break through with love and compassion. There's a lot of compassion I'm feeling with this Queen of Cups energy. compassionate healing. Healing is going to come from compassion for yourself and accepting it from others. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty deep. Okay, I like it. So in the recent past, okay, interesting. The story continues, Virgo. The recent past. This position is really reflective of the beginning of 2020 and, of course, at the end of 2019. With the Eight of Cups, it looks like there's some relationships, people, perhaps you've had to step away from, distance yourself from, Virgo, and it might have hurt a little bit because you may have not necessarily wanted that. You may have wanted it to work out with some person or people, but for whatever reason, that person or those people aren't good for your future, for the path that you're evolving with. They just don't add or benefit you in your soul's journey now, and that's okay. But there's a bittersweetness going on here with this card for a lot of you. And normally there would be another message or sort of dialogue with this that I would get, but yeah, it's actually just speaking really plainly as that. So let's move on to the present. We have the Hanged Man. All right. So, and this is really reflective of present time, you watching this, but also towards the beginning of 2020, your new year. So the major arcana that shows up in your reading, I want to mention real quick, is really what is informing not just your 2020, but it's informing your whole decade to come. So the Hanged Man above the Empress. Many of you Virgos are being enlightened and getting woke, as a lot of the younger generation calls it. Getting woke to a lot of spiritual truths and lot of... I'm feeling and hearing the words birthing moments. Something about birthing moments showing up here. And it could be almost like the dawning. The dawn comes, dawning moments. Oh, that just dawned upon me. That whole feeling here, Virgo. You can expect a lot of those rising sun sort of moments. And it might really serve you well, starting 2020. Giving yourself some of the extra time in the mornings with the rising sun, with the dawn, so that I feel like that is a physical and spiritual way for you to let more of these realizations and enlightenments come through. Because they're going to help liberate you. The Hanged Man is associated with Uranus, the rebel planet and liberator, breaker of chains, so to speak. And the Hanged Man here is saying that starts with being awakened, to some other truths. But it does revolve around more freedom, Virgo. And that's gorgeous. I mean, who doesn't like a little bit more freedom, right? Freedom is one of those things that money can't buy. Or not fully. So let's go ahead and see up next in your future. We have Temperance. The Fire Angel. So right off the bat, I am getting a Sagittarius presence, but it could be another fire sign. So Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, who may be really coming in here to inform your future, to help, first of all, with this enlightenment, with awakening you and presenting you with certain knowledge and truths that we talked about with the Hangman. You know, you see the rays and then the rays around Temperance here. So there is that message, definitely. But I do feel like with Temperance sitting right here by the Empress as well, that there's going to be more easy flow and more equal sort of balance. I guess there's no other way to put it, you know, more equality and just balance within relationships, like the really personal relationships to you, Virgo, the really personal ones I'm getting. There'll be more flow, there'll be more understanding that'll come through, especially once you get more of these downloads and truths downloaded. It's almost like you're going to have more to share for sure in 2020 with these downloads. And then you have the Empress here completely ready to share. Be like, I have more than enough to give, to, whether that's information or actual money or just other resources. Yeah. And there's a feeling of almost being able to really create, especially physical abundance, and being able to access more healing quicker in a more spiritual, energetic way, like with the snap of your fingers is what I'm getting, Virgo. That's that kind of quickening and alchemical and energetic feel and speed that I'm getting here. And that's lovely. The truth is definitely creating more understanding and healing, even if it's bittersweet for some of you at first. In the position of your personal power, we have the Page of Wands, Virgo. So I feel like your personal power in 2020 here is in that spirit of, that is childlike spirit of adventure, of excitement, of exploration. Allowing yourself to just be inspired and to experiment and to be daring. I'm hearing, Virgo, be daring. those traits are going to be your superpower. Okay? There's definitely a feeling of getting a little bit more playful with your energy practice, especially if any of you Virgos practice any kind of magical, ritual, metaphysical work. Getting just more playful and less serious with it is what I'm getting. It's actually going to serve you well. Now, others around you, oh hey, Three of Pentacles. So there's that Taurus energy showing up real strong. I say that because this card showed up in their reading and it's in the position of other people. And Taurus showed up here. So, yeah. It does look like that there's a powerful Taurus energy or just fellow Earth sign that has some real insight to share with you in regards to money, abundance, the birthing of more resources, I'm feeling. Consultations. You might see a lot more consultations, I'm feeling, for you. A lot more consultations in 2020. And, you know, definitely people who are a lot more willing to work with you, to offer, you know, make offers. A lot more people who are making offers to you. And, you know, that goes back to the abundance, and that's just gorgeous. I'm jealous, Virgo. Yeah, I mean, that's essentially it. A lot of your cards are pretty straightforward. So let's move on to your hopes and fears. The High Priestess. There's a fear of knowing. What I'm getting with the High Priestess in this position is that a lot of you Virgos are going to equally fear these truths that are giving you knowledge and awakening and more of the healing and understanding and all those things, which are good, but there's a fear associated with the knowing, with knowing the truth. There is sometimes a bit of a burden that comes with understanding more and deeper truths about yourself, about the world, about others and how they run their business. It can be a burden. It can be dark. But it can be equally liberating and give you the key to your, I don't want to say salvation, the key to your success, really. So that is definitely showing up. You know, there's a little bit of a fear of going back to the Queen of Cups down here. There's a little bit of that fear of doing that psychological work and really tapping into your emotional body. And I'm feeling from a physical standpoint, as well, tapping into, you know, muscle memory, which you just might have some feelings come up because you're doing some massage therapy, you know, and just there's that feeling I'm getting of some of that evolving that way, or just through journaling and just through counseling or therapy. And, you know, some of what comes up is just going to maybe just scare you a little bit. But like I said, it's like this equal thing of being scared of some of those things that come up, but then feeling grateful for the liberation, for the inner wisdom. Because essentially, Virgo, it is going to serve you in a positive way. But there are some secrets associated with the truths that are evolving for you in 2020 that you'll have to just give yourself some space and time to digest. And you just might have to tap into some more healing practices to help you cope through it, you know, to help you move through that realization. I don't feel like it's really super bad, Virgo, but it is, I mean, you know, some of you have already experienced this in life. I'm assuming many of you Virgos who are watching probably have experienced some truths and secrets in your life before. So you probably already have an indication of how this can be, how this can feel. So, knowing this, being forewarned, extra healing practice. Then at the end and top of your reading, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, interesting way to end the reading here with the Nine of Swords. Let's see. I'm hearing and feeling with this breakthrough, Virgo. Breakthrough with how an image has been seen in the past, how you have envisioned yourself or abundance in the past. This Nine of Swords is an intense release of, I feel specifically and strongly for you Virgos, that it's an intense release of an image that has been projected. The image of something, the image of yourself, the image of a business, the image of a relationship, the image and projection, perhaps that has been something you've hid behind, Virgo, or that others have been hiding behind. And maybe that's speaking to the bittersweet walk away that came up. Whatever it is, or if it's all of those things, Virgo. With so much healing energy and good health and abundance energy here as well, with the Empress being center, this just feels like an intense release and breakthrough. It's like that Kelly Clarkson song. Have y'all heard that Kelly Clarkson song called Let Your Tears Fall? It goes, let your tears fall, let your tears fall. You should check it out and listen to it if you haven't. But I get that energy here. And it feels just relieving. It's like you wake up and the nightmare's gone. It's like a lot of those fears and worries, the stress that was just lingering over your mental and even physical health are just simply being broken. And you are being liberated. Yeah, there you have it, Virgo. So remember, if you do want more details, you can check your moon and rising sign reading. But if you want to do something more personal and in-depth, of course, you can email me or contact me on my Etsy shop for a personal reading, and we'll do that. But leave a comment as well. Share your feelings and how this resonates. So, happy 2020 and start of a new decade, Virgo. Take care.